Hi, this is Annette Sullivan from Lavender Thoughts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today for my second video, and this is the second part of the shadow box frame. This time we're going to do the insides, so I'll just set it up so we can have a look at what we're doing. Okay, I think that might be it. Okay, so this is what we did in my last video. We made the basic frame for it. And now we're going to do all the pieces for the inside. So first of all, we have a piece of white cardstock, which is 7 1/4 inches square or 18.4 centimetres. We then have a piece of a colour that matches your designer paper, and that is 6 1/4 inches square or 16 centimetres. And then finally we have our layered piece, which is 6 inches square or 15 centimetres square. So the first thing we're going to do is take our 7 1/4 inch square, 18.4 centimetres, which should just slot in here. Now sometimes it might be just the tiniest little bit big, which it is in this case. So what we're actually going to do is just slice off a little bit off the end of it. As you can see on this one, I'll probably have to take a little bit off the top and a little bit off the sides. So I'll just use a craft knife because it's such a fine amount. It'd be a bit hard to do that in the trimmer. So I'll just see how that one fits. So maybe a sliver more there. And that looks like it's going to fit that way, so I'll just turn it the sideways and do another little sliver off that. And let's see how that goes. Well, that looks like it's going to fit in pretty well. So I'll just take that out again. And we'll pop some multi-adhesive glue on the back of it. Of course, it never comes out when you want to, does it? I'll get another one and see if that's any better. I've only just been using this before, so it should actually work. So just bear with me for a moment. There we go, third time lucky. So I just want a thin sliver around the outside. And maybe just a scribble in the middle. Okay, so we'll just pop that in there now. You can see that fits nicely down there. Excuse the frog in my throat. It's a little bit very windy here today, so I think I'm just getting a little bit of something from the air. Now I see these little corners here, and you remember that we had these little pieces left over yesterday. So what we're going to do for them is to cut out some pieces for the corners. So these little bits are about just over 1/2 inch, well, probably about 5/8 of an inch high, so or 1.5 centimetres. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece, and this is just, so that's about 1.5 centimetres. Might make it just a little bit less. And cut that down there. I'll grab some snips. I'll just chop off that end. Chop off that end. And just double check that that's the right height. It's not going to be too high for there, and that looks like it's pretty right. So we're just going to fold it in half and then cut it on that fold. Okay, and then we're just going to do, if we get another one of the big triangles, we can get 2 out of that one as well. So just under 1.5 centimetres. Oops. Okay, just make sure that's the right high enough. And we'll just cut off the ends. And again, I'll just cut it in half. And get rid of all these other little bits. Set them to the side there. So what we're going to do is just fold these in half. And I notice that 2 of them are actually wider than the others. So what I might do is just make them all uniform. So I'll just snip those wide ones down to the okay, so we fold them all in half. Hi Nicole. Thanks for joining. I hope this is making some sense to you. Okay, so what we're going to do with these little bits is they just go in the corner here to hide that little bit of corner. So what we're going to do is just put a little bit of glue just on the edges there. So my fingers, so I'll just pop that in the corner there. And just hold that down till it catches. Thanks, Nicole. I'm trying my best. Okay. So I'll do this on all 4 corners. Do the next one. And the last one. Okay, so now we've got the 4 corners done. Like so. So you remember we had this piece left over from yesterday, which we made to go on the back. We're now going to, first of all, work out what you want for the top of your frame. And then just turn it over on the back. And you just want to just put a little mark on the middle of it. So 12.5 centimetres. Just put a little mark top and bottom. And what we're going to do is that fold is going to be what goes along that line. Now it's actually going to be a little bit too tall. So if we just sort of work out where it's going to be there, and we'll just snip that off. So I'll just try it again. And then that's just going to come out like that. So the top's up here. So let's... Now you want to give this a good coating of glue because you want it to stick quite well. So I'll just line that up along there. And just hold that for a minute just to give it plenty of time to catch. Okay, so then when you stand it up, I'm just going to put it like so, and it stands up like that. Okay, so for our middle, to save some time, I have already done some of the work on it. Now, first of all, we're going to take our piece of... I've lost my little piece of paper. We want our coloured piece of cardstock, which is 16 centimetres square. So we don't actually need the middle bit, and we don't want too much weight in the frame. So what we do is going to cut a 2 centimetre border around it. So if we put it in the trimmer, move the cutter up to 2, cut up to 14, again put it on 2, come back down to there, move it around again, 2 up to 14. Now you could cut this out roughly if you wanted to, because you're not going to see the back of it, but I like the idea of just having another square that I can use on another another project. Didn't quite get to those corners. Let's just snip that out. Okay, so we can just put that piece to one side. Now with our coloured piece, we want to give it a little bit of bling. So I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that, but I have painted the clear Wink of Stella brush all the way around the edges there, given that plenty of time to dry. And then for my main panel that I'm going to put my art panel on, I have used a piece of the Irresistibly Floral Specialty Designer paper. And it's got patterns on it, so if you wanted to, you could actually sponge it and get an emboss resist look. For this particular one, I'm just going to use it plain because I just like the diamond pattern against what I'm going to put on it. So again, we're just going to put some adhesive around the edge. And line that up on our frame there. Okay, so what I'm doing on mine is I've made up these little flowers and leaves, which I'm going to put on like that. And I have used the Flourish Thinlits dies for this, and this is a set of 10, and it's got lots of flourishes, leaves, flowers, some little branches, and a great little border. So all I have done is I have cut some of the leaves out of the wild wasabi. I've cut some flowers out of So Saffron and Perfect Plum, put together a few layers with some dimensionals, added some Winker Stella and some of the basic jewel pearls, put some dimensionals on the back. So we're just going to peel those bits off. And I think I'd like to have that about there. And then this little one here, the opposite corner up there. I think I'd like it better this way. So we're just going to put that there. Okay, this is ready to put on our frame now. And we're going to use dimensionals for this. So if we just pop one in each corner. Now on a lot of projects I would only use a half dimensional, but because this has got a little bit of weight to it and it's going to be standing up, it's going to be better if we have it like that. So I'll put 9 on there, but you can do whatever suits you. Take our backing paper off. Okay, now make sure we've got the top of our frame lined up, and then we're just going to centre this in here. So there's our finished frame, standing up, looking pretty good, I hope. So thank you very much for watching my videos. If you would like any assistance on doing this or any more information or see any of my other projects, you can visit me at lavenderthoughts.wordpress.com or search for me for Lavender Thoughts on Facebook. You can shop online to buy your products directly through me at Stamping Up, and you can do that either through my Facebook page. There's a Shop Now button, or there's a shop button also on my blog page. I look forward to hearing more from you in the future and being able to give you some more creative projects to do. Thank you very much.